Listen, do you hear it? Most traders don't. They're looking at candles while we're listening to the market. The market has always been speaking. Learn to listen.
This one starts exactly when the market is about to open. Ain't no guessing, ain't no hoping. Lock in.
Phone on silent, mind on purpose. Every candle got a purpose.
No distractions, no reactions. Only reading what's in action.
Everybody looking, few observing. Everybody clicking, few deserving.
Locking, nothing else exists. Locking, discipline don't miss. Eyes on harmony, hands stay still.
If it ain't my setup, I don't chase the thrill.
Win slow, lose smaller. That's how legends think tomorrow. Green don't make me, red don't break me. Every session shapes me. The noise disappears. Conquer all your fears. Every candle, every line, the chart speaks right on time. The chart decides. I just listen.
What's up? Good evening. Welcome to the Sunday market analysis. Let me cut the edge off. Let's take the edge off. The market is about to open in 1 minute. Well, less than 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let us go and see what we are looking at on NAS. I already have the highest high, the lowest low of the 4-hour time frame. It's already sitting here before us. So just by our own analysis with the naked eye, do we see bullish or do we see bearish? Just by the naked eye, we can see that we are looking bullish on the 4-hour time frame. The market has just opened, and it has opened consecutively as normal, as opposed to last week opening with a gap. There was no gap today. It opened just basically flush. So that is where we are opening the week off. Now we want to see if we have harmony. We want to look at the edge and see if there's market harmony bullish. Let us see. When we look at the market, the first thing that we want to identify is if we have harmony on our highest time frame. We are currently looking at the 4-hour market, and we are looking at a bullish market. It has told us when we turn the edge on the 1-hour chart, a buy is developing. 4 out of the 5 EMAs are aligned all the way down from the 1 hour, the 15, the 5 to the 1. So we are waiting. We are listening to what the market is telling us. If we go to the 1-hour chart, we know we have our green lines. We know this is our highest high and our lowest low that the market has been to. With that being said, we want to identify, are we still in a bullish market? What we look for in trading with the edge, the first thing we look for is our five EMAs, and they are color coordinated. We first look for our dark blue line, which is our wealth line, our legacy line. That's our big banks and corporations. That tells us who is in charge of buying or selling, bullish or bearish. Y'all didn't tell me. I'm sorry. Like, why we don't see you? I apologize. Let's get this right. So now we have the 1 hour chart, and on the Harmony monitor is telling us buy is developing. 4 out of 5 are aligned. So what are the four that are in line? We have our wealth line, our dark blue. We have our clarity line, which is our white line, is the next color code EMA that you want to see if you're looking for harmony. The next is our flow. The flow is the aqua blue line. That is the third line in coordination and in sequence that you should have when you're looking for harmony. So we have 1, 2, 3. The next color coded line we're looking for is the yellow or the gold, and that is our momentum. And the next color line is red, which is the ignition. The ignition sparks and the momentum keeps. It says that it's developing, and you guys can clearly see that the ignition and momentum are touching. So because they are touching, we don't trade on Sunday, but if people who do trade on Sunday, just because I don't, doesn't mean people in the community aren't that don't trade either. They do their own analysis, and if they saw that it was some separation coming, they probably got in, and they're probably in it now. I don't know, but I say that to say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 them aligning, and once the ignition pushes above the momentum, then it'll be all five, and then it would, you wouldn't have, say, perfect harmony until all five of them did it. But let's look at the 15-minute chart and what we are looking at there. Okay, on the 15-minute time frame, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have perfect harmony here, and it still tells us that it is developing. It has not given enough space. This is the first candle at 6 p.m. Let it breathe. So it's not going to immediately say, hey, get into this, or that you have perfect harmony yet. It's letting everything form, and it's not, I apologize. We have 1, 2, and the ignition is actually below flow. So because ignition is below flow, it is out of harmony. Good catch. All right. Thanks, guys. And then we have the 5-minute chart. We have wealth. And then where is our clarity? We're not clear because we have flow, and then we have clarity. And then you have ignition and momentum. So you're totally out of harmony. And when we are out of harmony, we know that we sit on our hands and we do not execute trades. So someone say, well, man, it did open in a little gap, so it's probably taken off. For us, we listen to the market. We hear what the market is singing to us. And right now it's telling us that the flow on the 5-minute chart is below and beneath clarity. It's not clear. So anything can happen up here. We are waiting until we have flow above clarity before we execute. And in the 1-minute time frame, on the 1-minute time frame, we have clarity on the bottom, and wealth is just jackknifed through the middle. So the only thing that's stopping you from executing is because you have to get clear. Clarity has to be above wealth and the flow. I mean, the legacy has to be above wealth, legacy line, in order for us to have harmony. So we're waiting while we're looking at NAS, but this is the lessons, and this is how we are actually able to look at the market without any emotions. We're not look, oh, 5, 6 candles, that's blue. That is really not relevant to us at all. The market is going to move continuously. It's going to give you many, many, many opportunities on NAS at 6 p.m. on Sunday. This is not the opportunity for any student or any member in trading with the edge because it's out of harmony. All right, so let's go and look at gold. We know how the community loves gold. We'll check out gold. We'll check out a couple of Forex pairs. We'll check out US30. Anything that you guys might want to put in the chat, we'll look at that. So let's go to gold. Really doesn't matter which one that you pick. All right, so we want to go to the 4 hour chart first and see what type of who's in charge of the momentum. All right, we see there is our wealth line. It looks like our wealth line is at the top. So if the wealth line is at the top, then that's telling us it's pushing the market down, but price is actually broken above. So it was on top, price was here, pushed up, broke above the wealth line, touched the wealth. Now it's pushing up, and everything, you got the flow is below the wealth, and clarity is below the wealth. So on the 4 hour chart, you're just really waiting. Who's in charge right now? Is the big banks and corporations in charge because price is above, but you have flow. Flow is below price. So sellers are in charge of price right now, and buyers are in charge of the momentum right now. As soon as I said that, it turned blue, ironically. But where would you position yourself? Absolutely. Yes, you would position yourself on the bench. You would not be trading gold right now. You would just be watching. Absolutely. So that's the 4 hour chart. So if you broke it down to the 1 hour chart, you also going to see you have the big banks and corporations pushing up, you have clarity, and then you have all of this disharmony. No one knows exactly what it's doing. Is it going to come back down and get clear again before it takes off? Is it just going to take off? We don't know. We sit and we wait. Why do we sit and we wait? There's no clarity. We have no clarity. All right. So the 1 hour chart is giving you no clarity. You know, the 15-minute chart is giving you no clarity on gold. Here's our big banks and corporations. We are clear and we have flow, and then they are touching. Ignition and momentum are touching each other, not giving you much space, and price just came down and touched flow on gold on the 15-minute chart, meaning that it's coming to get what? Clear. And then you have clarity and wealth right on top of each other when we're on gold. So we know in all of this confusion that we don't do anything with gold. We definitely don't donate money to any of our meat to their sandwiches. We don't ever trade in the middle of a sandwich. And this is clearly a wealth and clarity sandwich. Why would you ever think that it would be safe to get into a trade at this point? What are you're going to get into the sale? And do you think the sale is going to push down to the wealth? Stop it. Stop it. We don't donate our money to sandwiches. We don't do that. Do not ever do that. All right. So that's the look at gold on our weekly analysis. So you say, where is gold going? Is gold buying or selling for the week? We aren't clear yet. We are not clear yet. We are waiting, sitting on our hands for gold. For you say that the where we just left, that was NAS. For overall, let's go to the 4. And 4 is buys are developing on the 4 hour. And the same thing happening on the 1 hour, on the 15, big banks, corporations on the bottom on every single one, except for the 1 minute, which is like a lot of consolidation, of course. But overall, the NAS is in position to be buying. Okay, US30, dirty 30. I hear you. All right. So on the US30, let's go to the 4 hour chart. Let's get our overview of what we're looking at for the week, longs or shorts, when we're looking at US30. Where is my big bank and corporation? I'm going to say at the bottom, and they're pushing the market up. So 4 hours pushing the market up. As you can see, it's totally disharmony on US30 uh, across the, well, we haven't got to the one yet, but this is the 4 hour. On the 4 hour overall, big banks and corporations are pushing the market up. And yes, we are clear that they're pushing the market up and they have flow, but ironically, the ignition and momentum are right on top of our flow. So this is where the market is sitting. We don't know if it can just drop down and come and get clear, take back off. We don't know. We are just looking at the chart. So we have disharmony on the 1 hour. What does disharmony sound like? Let's see. This is what disharmony sounds like when you have big banks and corporations clearly pushing the market up, but we are not clear because the market is currently on clarity. It's sitting right on clarity. And then price is between clarity and flow, meaning the sellers are in charge of the momentum of price currently where we are right now. Can you see and hear what I'm sharing with you? Big banks and corporations pushing the market up for buys. So overall, big banks and corporations looking for buys. But the flow, where's the flow? That's our aqua line. Who is in charge? Who is in charge? Who is in charge right now of price? Price is below flow, pushing it what? Down. It pushing it down. It pushed it down to what now? On the 1 hour chart, right on clarity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a time where we do what? We sit and wait because it's price in between flow and clarity? Is it in between? It is. Do we donate our meat to their sandwiches? Thank you guys. We already know. So we are waiting on the US30. We see overall is pushing up, but let's see because we have disharmony on the 1. We're going to have disharmony on the 15. Isn't it amazing, guys, to be able to pull up the chart and to be able to hear it immediately? As soon as it plays, you know that track. You know what it's playing. You can hear what it's singing to you. That's the beauty of what we have with trading with the edge in the Harmony monitor. So as on the 15-minute chart, big banks, corporations, it's right, price is right sitting on top of them. And then we have flow where price is sitting in between flow and the wealth line. So we're waiting, we're sitting and we're waiting for clarity before we make any type of move on US30. On the 5-minute chart, the big banks and corporations are pushing the market down. Price has broken above flow. As you can see here, big banks, corporations, they're clear that they're pushing it down, but flow said, no, price is right above. So in between this, guys, we already know we have disharmony. We are just studying the charts and finding the best one for us when we go forward. So just looking at the 1-minute chart on the US30, same flavor is pushing it down. Prices in between the wealth line and the clarity line with ignition and momentum in between clarity and wealth. So we know we do what? We look at another pair. Let's go to Bitcoin. So if we go to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is 24/7, it's not just opening up at 6 p.m. It does not close, it stays open. Starting at the 4 hour time frame, we can immediately go to Harmony and see the 1 hour chart. It has perfect sale harmony. The 115-minute has perfect sale harmony. The 5 and 1 minute, 5 is developing and 1 is out of harmony. So what is the 4-minute? That should tell us that the big blue line is on top, right? Is that what it's saying to us? Bam. Big blue line is on top, pushing the market down. Why? We can see 1 hour, 15-minute sale harmony. Big banks, corporations are in momentum, pushing the market down. So what happened? There's 1, there's 2, they're clear. On the 4 hour chart, the big banks and corporation is pushing Bitcoin down and we're clear and we are flowing. We have flow and price just nipped momentum. Ignition is right at momentum is they're right on top of each other. So on the 4 hour chart, it's forming for a perfect sell harmony. The 5 minute just lined up and just turned red. On the 1 hour chart on Bitcoin, we open this up and we listen to what the chart is singing to us. We have the big banks and corporations telling us that we're clearly in position pushing the market down, and we have flow and we have momentum, and it is triggered. That is why you see sell harmony on the 1 hour chart with a perfect lineup. So let's look at the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart, big banks and corporations are pushing Bitcoin down, and clearly they are pushing Bitcoin down, and they have the momentum. They have the momentum, and I mean, they have the flow. They floated and have the momentum, and it is still the ignition is triggered, and that is where market is now. You have a perfect setup for sell harmony on the 15-minute chart. On the 5 minute, as we break it down, then we see the big banks and corporations are clearly pushing the market down. They have the flow. They have the momentum, and price came up, touched momentum, and dropped right back down, and it is selling currently on the 5 minute chart. So if we go to the 1 minute chart where we do our execution, we see the big banks and corporations are clearly in charge of the flow. And here we see where it says developing because the ignition is just about to trigger the momentum. It's on top of the momentum. So until it triggers the ignition and we have momentum, then we have a perfect sell harmony lining up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we see right before us in this particular moment that a sell is potentially lining up for harmony for Bitcoin. So like I said, I normally don't trade on Sundays, but this could be potentially a perfect setup. There is the full setup harmony for the trade execution for Bitcoin. So we could do a market. Let's do a market and we'll execute the trade for a sale. I like limits because I can set a TP. Stop loss at the flow. I see I brought my stop loss right up to the flow. All right, and let's see that we're fully aligned. And so now we are in our Bitcoin. We'll let that do what it do. And now let's go and look at a Forex pair. Let's go look at GBP USD. Right. So on looking with the regular Forex pairs, or if you're looking at the stock market, you don't want to use the edge harmony. The edge harmony is created for the high volatile pairs. That's why we went to Bitcoin, the US30, the NAS, the what was it, gold. We went to those high volatile pairs and we use the harmony for that. For the Forex pairs and the stock market is more tapered back. Like I kind of figure like when I get a haircut, when I get a lining from the barber, he goes and uses the razor. He takes his time, is more tapered. So the Forex moves a little slower. It has a different algorithm than the high volatile. So you still have your EMAs, and that's what you want to look for your harmony first. On the 4 hour chart, we can see just looking at the harmony, the edge razor harmony that we have no harmony at all on GU. So with no harmony on GU, which I got. All right, let's look at USDJPY. Okay, so it says by developing disharmony. This is interesting. So the 4 hour chart on USDJPY, everything is right here, like everything. don't even understand why I would even be attempting to trade UJ right now. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. So because I'm not, we're not going to even go to that GBP AUD. Great British Pound, Australian dollar. All right, let's see what you're looking at. All right, so it says the 1 hour chart, the sale is developing. We're on the 1 hour chart. Here is the big banks and corporations. They're clearly pushing the market down. They have the flow, but price is, yeah, one, two, three, four, five, and price is below it. We spiked all the way down and then it came back up here. But yeah, the 1 hour chart, it is perfectly set up for a sell harmony. The 15-minute chart, it's singing the big banks and corporations are clearly in selling position. They got the flow. Is the ignition and I mean momentum and ignition. Market is slowly pushing back up here. If you see where's it pushing up to, you're probably pushing up to your ignition before big banks and corporations push it back down. But that's what we're looking at on the 15. On the 5 minute, it says the sale is developing. It's happening right before us. What do you mean it's happening right before us? The big banks and corporations are pushing the market down. Clearly, we have the flow, we have the momentum. The price has broke above ignition. See that? It says it's developing because as we saw on the 15-minute price was breaking up and we said, where's price coming up to? It's possible that price can come up to ignition and fall back down. On the 5 minute chart, we see that that same momentum is, I'm sorry, that same ignition on the 15-minute chart is momentum here on the 5 minute chart. And on the 5 minute chart, that is clarity. So it's possible that it can come and get clear and then continue to drop back down. But we don't assume anything. We listen for harmony. While we're listening for harmony, and we can do this on any pair on TradingView. Like even if you take your kids to Wendy's, you can actually go to Wendy's on the chart and you can say, is there harmony? On the 1 hour chart, there is harmony. You have big banks and corporations are clearly pushing the market up. They got flow. Here's the ignition, the momentum, ignition, and prices above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect harmony for the 1 hour chart. On the 15-minute chart, it says it is developing. 1, 2, 3, and then you see the price is right. It broke above, but you have to wait for the actual you want the ignition to be above your momentum. You let it get up there. I see the price is there, but you want to let it get some space. Get you some space in between. Get some space before you get into the trade. It's developing. It's developing. Same thing with the 5 minute chart. You can see clearly the big banks, corporations, they have the momentum, and then this is where you see all of the disharmony happening where it's developing. And on the 1 minute chart, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where it is saying it is developing because price came and dropped below ignition. So it needs to come back up above ignition, and so it can give you an actually developing, and you can see all of the harmony. Guys, I hope that you guys were able to take this, be able to put this on your own chart and say, you know what, Dion, you cool, you my guy. I love the way you teach, but I got this. I got this. I can come to NAS. I can come to my 1 hour chart. I can find where my big banks and corporations is. I see that they got them. They clearly are pushing the market up. And then once I see that little separation between there, then I'm good with my 5. Not only will I see it out here, it is telling me. And once I got that across all 5, I waited and I listened, then I'm comfortable enough to push the button and execute. And even on a pullback, even when a pullback happens on my secure, it has to pull back to harmony. Wherever the next harmony line is, it has to pull back to that. And as long as I have a lot size that I'm not trying to break the bank or pass a challenge on one trade, if I do face pullback, I can wait because I know the big banks and corporations are clearly pushing the market back up. Guys, I appreciate you giving me your time this evening. We're about to get out of here because I got to shut this down and I got to get with my VIPs and my mentees tonight. But we're going to close this thing out. Appreciate it. And what song we going to go with tonight before we get out of here? Let's go with The Secret Bag. Yeah, let's go.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Y'all been doing what? Hey, 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 hey. Secret bag, get us.
Why y'all so quiet?
We've been listening.
Secret bag dealers, don't try to hide it.
We've been listening.
Screenshot that thing, bring it back home. Whole community like,
What y'all been on?
Secret bag getters, secret bag getters. Whole room winning and nobody wanna tell us.
hold up. Taylor came through like, okay, here's mine. Girl in the corner, been listening the whole time. Koreana laughing, putting fire in the chat. Somebody post a screenshot.
Wait, when you do that,
Fred came free, then upgraded the same day. Matt tapped in, said he ready, made way. Room getting louder, everybody finding rhythm. But when somebody gets a win, we gotta drag it out of them.
why you whispering?
Post it.
Where the screenshot?
Post it.
Did you learn something?
Post it.
Help somebody else understand where your growth at.
Secret bag, get us.
Why y'all so quiet?
We've been listening.
Secret bag getters, don't try to hide it.
We've been listening.
1 hour, 15, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 1 hour, 15, 5 minutes, 1 minute.
No fake flexing, no guaranteed bread. We document the journey, let the numbers say what they said. Green Day, share. Red Day, learn. Every single lesson, get a community a turn. Nobody got a front, nobody got a pose. Sometimes the best decision is keeping that position closed.
Wait, you mean you didn't trade?
The chart said no! That's what I'm talking about! Prepare! 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 Prepare!
Execute.
Move on!
That's the route.
Hit the chart! Don't assume!
Harmony singing all across the room.
Secret bag, get us.
We ain't secret no more!
Secret bag, get us.
Put the ring sips on the board!
Secret bag, get us.
Learn together, build together, document the growth.
Secret bag, get us.
Greed family, everybody know. The chart decides. But y'all still gotta stop getting these bags in secret. Boy, bye. Boy,
If today's listening party helped you see the market a little differently, imagine what happens when you experience it every morning. Trading with the Edge is completely free to join. Attend the listening parties, explore the classrooms, learn the framework, watch the replay. And when you're ready to start watching market harmony and start seeing it on your own charts, Legacy membership unlocks the Edge and the Edge Razor scalpers. Everything starts with one click. We'll see you inside.